Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I am Cody, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Civivi Tacticorix extra large size folding knife. I love this knife. It's affordable. This was something like $74 Canadian, which is a great value. You've got thoughtfully designed G10 handles. You have a convex grind Nitro V black wash blade. This is the color scheme for me, although you can also get a nice olive drab green and plain blade, or like they call it some kind of a gray, but it's really like a marble colored G10 with plain blade. I mean, this is somewhat reminiscent of the K-bar shape, but also original because this top goes on longer before it clips than most of these clip point style blades come, and it has this interesting flat here with an extended swedge, and then you get to the hollow ground. So it has a unique look that in the black really I think suits the character of the design really well with the handle and blade. Handle comfort is excellent. You've got this bit of like a subtle frag pattern inlaid there, like engraving, and then these little details engraved here just to spice up the look so it's not just a plain slab. I mean, yeah, this adds a lot. This adds a tiny bit of traction, but not so much. There's a mild pattern to the handle texture. There's a mild texture to the handle that provides a bit of traction, and then you've got the finger cutout, which is going to, yeah, it's pretty subtle. It prevents the hand from going forward. It's not that it doesn't really super duper prevent the hand from going back. This is pretty mild. You got something, what's an example? Something like the SOG that just is going to really grip you in with the more aggressive finger cutouts, where this is a more subtle. You can see going forward, obviously this one's going to lock you in both front and back, but yeah, going forward, this stops your hand, but going back, I'd say, I mean, you feel a secure grip, but maybe not doing heavy duty work with a hollow ground Nitro V blade. This isn't designed for heavy duty work anyway. So this mild, somewhat secure like handle. It's secure going forward. It's safe, but it's somewhat grippy handle suits the purpose of this blade. I think this excels at doing light duty, and you can do some medium duty, some thick cardboard. You can do that with this, especially with its size. Excuse me, Thomas. You want to come here and say hi to people? You want to come here? My assistant Tommy's been shy of the camera for the last 20 videos, so he might make an appearance if we're lucky. Pocket clip. You've got a deep carry pocket clip. Provides no hot spot in the hand. The handle is just an excellent design. Civivi has rounded off all the surfaces, so the inside of the slabs here is rounded off. There's no sharp edges. There's no sharp edges anywhere. You can choke up if you have to, but it's not really designed for that. Most flipper tabs designs don't allow for choke up unless you get a big finger cutout. Another example of that is my recent review of this Kaiser Invictus, where it's a similar situation where you just have a sharpening choil, and if you're careful, you can choke up on both, but you can see the blade is right near the end of the flipper tab, so it's not definitely not really designed to choke up. This is extremely slicey and excellent at piercing out of the box. It has a really nice cutting edge, even on both sides. Civivi quality has been perfect for me. I've owned probably 10 Civivis, and they've all been perfectly centered from the box. This one is perfectly centered from the box. The action is very good. Both the flipper tab and the placement of the thumb studs is really nice with these cutouts for the thumbs. And Metal Complex likes to talk about barrel spacers being, or the thumb studs being rounded, that he likes those barely looking ones. And these ones are rounded. Really easy to thumb flick, and slow rolling with the meat of the thumb is easy. This is just really easy to access. I was going to complain about the flipper tab not being rounded here, being angular, but that might be appropriate for the size, that it's kind of small. You kind of want a bit of a edge to grab onto with the finger. I'm not going to complain about it. I think that's really good. My other recent review by comparison is a nice rounded off flipper tab. Also running on bearings, both run on bearings. But this flipper tab is bigger. And so it's still, this is an excellent design too, but this will be a little bit less dimensions in your pocket over this one, as you can see. So this does befit sort of an almost right angled corner here to snag onto the finger, and it works great. The liner lock has a bit of jimping on it. It's mild and it's not sharp at all, and I don't know, it's just comfortable. It's easy to access. The lockup is really good. You got about 35% lockup. In terms of ergonomics and ease of use, functionality, this is 10 out of 10. Because the sharpening choil is kind of small, I don't really feel the need to choke up for fine detail. You can do fine detail back here. Let's see if I feel the same about this guy. Yeah, the sharpening choil is a bit more forward on this one by comparison. And so I'd feel more of an inclination to choke up to do fine detail work with this one because the sharpening choil is big. So if I'm going to do a what do you call that? Just a push cut, I like to do it as close to my hand as possible, right? For efficiency. The more extended out you do here, the more force is putting on your joints and whatnot. So this one I would like to see some more work done for choke up point, but for this, don't really feel the need to choke up. So this might be like a perfect design for light to medium duty EDC for people with big hands. I have extra large hands, and you can see I have generous amount of space behind. So if you have double XL hands with gloves, you can still fit onto this. The weight is light. The weight is light. There's, I don't know if I can show you, but yeah, there's skeletonized liners, both sides. And the flex, there's a tiny bit of frame flex. There's a little bit of frame flex if I'm using both hands and forcing it down, but I don't feel any flex just through a regular use with one hand. So it does feel like a sturdy design that I could do medium tasks with without losing control. Yeah, I don't know. I love this knife, especially for that price of like $74 Canadian. G10 Nitro V. I love the design. It's not as eye-popping as, other designs, like say this upcoming review I'm going to do of this Microtech Amphibian. This is, Microtechs are freaking fashion queens. They just have really eye-catching designs that come at a price. But so yeah, this doesn't win the fashion show, but at the same time, it has enough personality that this could be someone's favorite knife, especially at that price range of about $70 to $75. I'll do quick size comparisons here. This is my medium-sized knife, Benchmade bug out. I have 3.5-inch width fingers and 4-inch palm. So I can't fit all my fingers on the handle, so I call it a medium-sized knife. Then you get to a full-size knife, one size up, and you'll see the knife I'm reviewing again in a second. You got the Kaiser Invictus. This is a full-size knife, and then you go a size up from that, you get into Civivi Tacticorix territory. Both the hand area and the blade length is larger on this. Handle width is about the same. So this is a thin EDC handle. This is about the same as Cold Steel Code 4, that aluminum handle. This is about the same width as that. Maybe this is a little bit thicker, but again, this is designed for EDC use. Lightweight, slim pocket carry, subtle flipper tabs, nothing that's going to be giving you trouble in your pocket. This is about 5¼ inches deep, so my 5.5-inch 511 pants pocket, front knife pocket / flashlight pocket, there's going to be 1/2 inch still of pocket that this goes all the way down into. Pocket clip works great. It's a little bit stiff. It's a little bit stiff from the box, so you might want to take some pliers and bend it out a little bit if you're going to plan to be using that. This might be one of my 10 out of 10 knives. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 for utility, value, and a little bit of style. So very happy with this knife. If you find one at your knife store, check it out. And remember, if you get some weird color combination that you don't like, you can always order one online from the store or from a place like Blades Canada. All right, that concludes my review of the Civivi Tacticorix. Have a great night, and I've got some special to Canada knives to review for you coming up real soon. Have a great night. See ya.